The battle of entrepreneurship is waking up every day and giving your best. I need to feel like the work that I do matters. Jordan, what's your most important core value? 80% of success is making fire content every single day. I'm Evan Carmichael. I believe in entrepreneurs. I'm pumped for a great episode.
It's exciting for me too, man. First, I'd like you to get in a little bit about what's your story. How did you get to where you are today?
I think your purpose comes from your pain.
Okay.
So whatever you struggled with the most is what you'll love helping people go through and help them with. So I struggled so much as an entrepreneur.
Okay.
When I was 19, is my first real business. I struggled so much, felt worthless as a human being, wasn't having success or growth, just hated my life. And I eventually made it through. And so now I want to help other people go through it too. And what helped me get through it was modeling Bill Gates. I had a software company. So I said, who's built a software company before that I can model? And I looked at Bill Gates, applied his strategies, started having success. And so for the past 20 years, I've been profiling different successful people and what we can learn from them, because I want to make the path a little bit easier for entrepreneurs to not have to struggle as much as I did.
That's awesome. So next thing is, like, along this journey of I guess you said hating yourself. How did you overcome it? Like, what do you think was your biggest struggle during this process, and how did you overcome that?
The biggest struggle for me was feeling like I was doing work that didn't matter.
All right.
Like I was putting in lots of work, and what does it matter? Where is it going? I'm not getting any results. Like, if you wake up every day and you keep pounding on something and you're just not getting anywhere, I wanted to do things that made a difference. So anything else in my life at that time, if I put in the work, I would be rewarded. You know, like if I applied myself in music, I would play better pieces, or in sports, I'd get faster, or whatever the thing was that I tried to do. And here I was. If I wasn't putting in the effort, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
But I was putting in effort every day, like grinding insanely hard, and just nothing.
Yeah.
I'm making $300 a month, man. You know, it sucked. Yeah. And so you can only do that for so long before it starts to attack your self-confidence, your self-love, your feeling like you're a worthy human. And so I called my partner and I quit. I told him I quit. That was the worst day of my life. I said, I just need to do something where I feel like I'm valuable again.
Yeah.
How I got over it, how I kept going, was I didn't want to live with regret. And so whenever you're afraid of doing something, my best advice is imagine yourself at 95 years old looking back on this moment. You're afraid to do it. If you don't do it, you will regret it for the rest of your life. And so I did not want to regret leaving the company.
Yeah.
I felt like I hadn't given it everything I've had yet. I felt like I could deal with failure. I couldn't deal with not knowing. I had to know. I had to feel like if I gave it everything and it didn't work out, okay, I can move on. It didn't work. Amazing. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But I felt like I hadn't given it everything yet. And so I had to stay, even though I wasn't getting any results, even though I felt ashamed, embarrassed, isolated, alone. So I had to keep going, because it's very rarely the things that you do that you regret. It's the things that you don't do, the actions not taken. And so I didn't want to be 95 years old looking back and say, you should have done more. You had more in you.
Yeah, that's the same reason why I'm starting out doing this stuff.
I love it.
Love the cup, man.
This is from the Hofbrauhaus. It's a famous in Germany.
Okay.
In Munich at Oktoberfest. It's the most famous. It's the most famous bar, I guess, in Germany.
Okay. Cool.
Where if you go for Oktoberfest, which I went, and then everybody gets one of these, and then you do cheers. But as you do your cheers, it spills out, like half of it's gone on the table. So it was a ton of fun, but I thought I got to buy one and bring it back. Now I use it for water, not beer drinking here on your show.
That happened on one of the podcasts. Somebody just started drinking. I was like, all right, I'll just keep going.
Great.
So my next thing, Evan, is how big is mindset in your life, and how big do you think it is in other people's lives, and how should they use it and apply mindset in their life?
Well, I think it's the whole thing. I mean, my one word is believe. So whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. Is a famous quote.
Okay.
I think everybody has Michael Jordan level talent at something.
Yeah.
You just have to, one, find it, and then two, believe in yourself enough to chase it down. How do you do it? Well, first, the process I would suggest is go through figuring out what your most important core value is. So we'll do with Jordan. Jordan, what's your most important core value? You have to pick one thing that you value more than anything else. What would you pick?
Say family.
Family. Great. So if family's the most important thing for you, then if you evaluate how you're spending your time right now, you'll find areas where you're not honoring that, where you're not doing as good a job as you can.
Yeah.
So already just knowing that that's so important to you, you can fix it. It's like, you know what? I suck as a whatever. I need to go fix that problem. And so how do you get inspired to do that every day? You need to be around the people, the resources, the ideas that make you feel inspired on a daily basis. So, I don't know who makes you feel family. Like I have a picture on my wall here. That's me when I'm 8 or 9 years old and my parents behind me.
Yeah.
And so I walk in every day and they're looking at me.
Yeah.
You need to design your environment and then consume content that reminds you to be that version of yourself. Whoever inspires you to apply family into your life, you want to be around.
Okay.
And so I do it. Mine is belief. So when I walk in here, I feel belief. I got Steve Jobs staring me down, my parents, a couple other people that you may or may not know. You probably don't know who this guy is behind me. And then I have my videos, my channel is all about belief. So I use my content for myself. I need it myself. I feel like I have Elon Musk and Oprah and these people in my ear constantly. And so that's the process. You figure out what your most important core value is, and then that's aspirational.
Okay.
It should be motivating. It should be inspiring. It should make you want to grow and face the hurdles that are in front of you. Like if you're afraid of doing something, if you feel like you're doing this for family, you'll do it. You'll push through discomfort to do it because it's for family. And so it's having that inspirational push on a daily basis through your environment and through what you're consuming in terms of content. That allows you to grow. And so that's how you make the mindset shift. You need to create the environment and consume content that inspires you to grow.
Okay. So you talking about creating environment, do you have any morning daily routines or habits that you've created for yourself to get yourself ready and prepared for the day and get your mindset in a flow?
The biggest thing for me is I need to feel like the work that I do matters.
Okay.
And so I start, because most of what I do is just it's here. I'm in my home office. I got, if I'm making YouTube videos in my home office, I have a team of 24 people, but spread out around the world. I got 3 or 4 people at a time kind of here with me. But it's hard to think about the impact that it has. Like 250 million people have seen my videos. It's wild. It's hard to imagine what that is. It's too big a number to even think about what that even means. And so the battle of entrepreneurship is waking up every day and giving your best.
Okay.
It's waking up and not just, some days you'll have an amazing day and some days you just won't bring it as much. And so when you don't have a boss who's looking over your shoulder, you have to create that for yourself, right? Being your own boss is great. You have freedom, but then that freedom can also lead to
slacking off.
Exactly. Like who's going to hold you accountable? Nobody. And so that's what you need to build in. So for me, I need to think about the impact that I'm having. Okay. And so I think about who I helped. So tomorrow, I'll think about who I helped today. Maybe I'm thinking about Jordan tomorrow morning. I don't know. I'm thinking about somebody that I interacted with yesterday, and I picture them, and then I feel like, oh, I do important work.
Yeah.
Right? Like hopefully I was a good guest on Jordan's show. Like the stuff I do matters, right? Yeah. And then I'll take out my phone and I'll make a message for Instagram.
Okay.
15-second story that I have to share it. So I have to think about somebody that I helped, and I have to share a message that I feel connected to. So that sets me up. I have to think about it, and then I got to share it.
Okay.
That sets me up for that's at the bare basics what I need on a daily basis to feel like, yeah, what I do is important. I got to go.
Fine. Yeah.
Now, it doesn't matter what I do. What's more important is what do your listeners do? What do the people watching this do?
Yeah.
They've all felt moments. You've all felt moments where you've been inspired, where you felt bold, where you felt confident. What led to the thing that made you feel bold and confident?
Yeah.
Right? And then do that every day. Be consistent on it. So if it's meditation, if it's watching a video, if it's going outside and getting vitamin D, if it's going for a run, like I don't care if you need to sit on the balcony and hold your cat in the air for 20 seconds and that's great. Like do that. I love it. I'm pumped for you. Everybody watching has felt motivated at some point in their life. It's just not consistent. And so you need to find a way to reverse engineer yourself. It doesn't matter. Maybe doing the Instagram thing that I do is the worst thing of all time for somebody watching. Yeah. Awesome. Don't do that. Right? Yeah. You've been motivated. What led you? If watching Jordan's show is the thing that gets you feeling motivated, great. Yeah. Every morning you're watching Jordan's show and watching the replays. So you got Jordan in your ear, right? Whatever that thing is that gets you feeling pumped up and motivated, you need to do every morning. Because if you woke up every day for the next year and did the thing that made you feel bold and confident, your life would be dramatically different 1 year from today. People have a morning routine. Some people watching just wake up like an accident and fall into their day. Something funny tells me that, in your audience, you'll have people who do have a morning routine and do care a little bit more about it. Yeah. But just checking the box and say, I read 5 pages from a book, and I journaled, and I meditated, and that doesn't mean anything. You have to have the feeling. Yeah. If you do not feel bold and confident coming out of your morning routine, you need to fix your morning routine.
Okay. I like that.
You have to have the feeling coming, and maybe you can get that in 5 seconds, or maybe it takes you an hour. I don't know. Yeah. If you don't get it, then maybe you have to do it again. Okay. You have to feel bold and confident out of your morning routine. You have to feel like, I'm going to chase down today and make family important to me today. I'm going to step outside my comfort zone, and I'm going to be bold and courageous. If you don't feel that out of your morning routine is broken and needs to be fixed.
What made you feel bold and courageous this morning?
Sharing the message, right? Like I was thinking about somebody that I spoke with yesterday, and helping them out. And I have a concept called the 2% difference, which is most people, when they come up with an idea, they try to plan how they're going to get 100% of the way. Yeah. Where what I recommend doing is stop planning so much. 2% difference, take action on the first 2%. Instead of planning to 100%, you take action on the first 2%. Because you're wasting your energy. When you come up with a bold idea, you don't want to waste that energy in planning mode, because you'll wake up tomorrow a different person. You want to use that energy into immediate action. So you get an idea, you do something. You want to reach out to a new guest for your show, you reach out today. Don't wait for the perfect plan, and then you never do anything. Yeah. Right? So I was thinking about him, and then I get in the car, and I'm driving to the coffee shop in the morning, and that's what I sit in the car. You can go watch my Instagram feed this morning, or splice it into the edit of this. I think and you'll see the 2% difference. Guys, you got to remember the 2% difference, and I explain what it is. That's what I need every day, right? Okay. That's how I get started every day.
Nice. So my next question for you, Evan, is what's your 3 secrets to success, and if somebody wanted to start in your industry, like what 3 tips would you give them to help them start off strong?
So first you need to figure out what is your message going to be. So that's got to come down to, again, the core, your most important one word. Believe, family, something else. That just like your morning routine has to have a feeling, all your content has to have a feeling. Right. Like my intent is for when you consume any of my content, even this, like people watching this, I want people to believe in themselves more. Yeah. I may not be successful at it, but it's my intent every time I create anything. If somebody's starting up, if I go to your YouTube channel, or if I go to your Instagram page, or wherever you're going to be creating content, I need to feel that emotion. I'm coming to your Instagram page, and I'm going to feel what? Okay. Figure out what that is, and then start creating. So that's the starting point, figuring out what your messaging is. And it's not like just a marketing thing of what you think will feel good. It's got to be from you. This is what I love. This is what I need more, because there's a lot of people who are like you out there. Two would be just start. Like the 2% difference. You start. What are you waiting for? How long have you anybody who's thinking about getting into this industry, how long you've been sitting on this idea? I had a guy come to my workshop last week who's a barber, wanted to make YouTube videos, and said, how long you wanted to do this? 5 years. 5 years? Get your phone out and we're going to film something right now.
Yeah.
Right now? In front of these people? Yeah. But I don't have great, go. Like, yeah, use your finger as the blade, whatever, go. Like, make content. You can't wait 5 years for something to happen. But that's the problem. Like, you think, oh, tomorrow. But then tomorrow becomes 5 years and you haven't done anything.
That was
so 2% difference. You just start. Like today, you want to start, you got to do it today. Expect your first video or your first piece of content to suck. It's going to suck. Have no expectations. Like, I'm sure your first interview sucked compared to now. And I'm sure if you keep doing this, look back in 5 years forward, like you're 5 years older now, you look back on this interview like, oh my God, that sucked. It should. Like, you're supposed to suck at the start. It's the best. So just start. So figure out what your one word is, the feeling that you want people to feel. Just start. And then 3 would be you have to be consistent. Like every day you got to do it. Every day. If you want to be in my industry or any industry really, you want to be in a podcast industry, you need to make a podcast every day. Like you need to make a video every day. You just won't get good. If you practice anything once a week, you'll just never get great at it.
Yeah.
Ever. Nobody. Michael Jordan didn't go practice basketball once a week. Right? Like if you want to be great at the thing, whatever that thing is, you have to go and do it every day because the quantity leads to the quality.
Yep. You
may not have been trained in communications or how to use a video or editing. That's okay. You can pick up any skill. Any skill you can learn with enough effort. But are you putting in the effort? So you want to do what I do, you got to be on camera every single day practicing.
Okay. So next, Evan, what's something that like you're working on right now, or something that you have coming up in the future that like you're extremely pumped for, man? Like you just
this interview, I'm extremely pumped for. Here we are talking to Jordan. Let's go. What else? I mean, I got a new book that I have coming up. I'm working through the process of getting a publisher for it.
Okay.
Final round should be in publisher's hands hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
So that's exciting, and I want to do a 2020 tour. Where are you physically based?
Orlando.
I'm gonna come to Orlando probably.
Dude, we gotta have coffee or hang out or something like that.
I'm gonna do so. I'm looking at doing an East Coast tour.
Awesome.
20 something cities.
Okay.
That are million plus. I'm pretty sure Orlando's million plus.
All right.
I have to see. Is Orlando million plus?
I believe so. I
think it's big enough.
Yeah.
Of people who live there, not just tourists who come in and like go to Disney. I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, East Coast and Texas and probably Monterrey, Mexico, if we can make it work.
Okay.
So I want to start 2020 with that tour.
Yeah.
Around my book. So the first step is I gotta get the book sold. So next couple of weeks I'm doing that. Okay. And then I'm also launching a YouTube course of how to basically the blueprint of how to get to your first 1 million subscribers on YouTube, breaking down the process. So I should be filming that in the next couple of weeks as well. So super excited.
Evan, I realized you've kind of been going really hard on Instagram lately. Like you have content out like almost every 15 seconds at least on your stories, man. Like what's your process behind doing that? Like I've noticed you've been trying to grow on Instagram, and I saw from like almost 40K to 160K in like a month or so, maybe 2 months.
So we started. It was not quite that fast, but I appreciate it. I started last year with 6,000 followers or so, and now we're at 160 or something.
Yeah.
How did that start? So I like experimenting. I like testing. I like tasting stuff, right? So I was on Instagram. It took me 6 years or so to get to 6,000 followers because I was mailing it in. I didn't care about it. I was just throwing content up that whatever. It was there. I paid no attention to it. And then I did an Instagram Live. Okay. And what I loved about Instagram Live was you could bring people in. Which I didn't know. So I was doing YouTube Live every day on my YouTube channel. Yeah. But I'm just answering text questions. But when you could bring somebody in live and help them one-on-one.
Yeah.
Which was amazing. So I'm like, the very first one I went live, I had a guy from Dallas join in, and and then 2 other people join in, and they're asking me questions like, "This is amazing! I love this!" And so I want to do more of this.
Yeah.
So then I started doing it every day, and now as I'm in it, now I need to build. I want to build a bigger audience. I want to understand posts. I want to understand stories. I want to understand how to get verified. I want to understand all of this stuff, right? Because I'm chasing impact, right? Like I want people to believe in themselves more. So I need to be relevant where people are hanging out the most. And so I still think there's a ton of room to grow on YouTube.
Okay.
But Instagram has become my latest obsession, I guess, where I'll post. We post 6 times a day, three IG IGTVs and 3 posts, pictures, and then I'll do 3 to 20 stories a day.
All right.
And then I'll do 1 live, usually, about 7 a week.
Okay.
Usually almost a live a day, if you average them out. And and it's working and it's growing, and I love the DMs. You can do video DMs. It's amazing. Yeah. YouTube, you can't do it, right? You're like, YouTube is a video platform, but you can't bring people in and you can't send video messages. So I'm having a lot of fun, and we'll see where it goes.
What have you noticed? Have you thought has gotten you like the most growth on Instagram for somebody maybe trying to grow?
80% of growth on any social media platform is, are you going daily, and is your content fire?
All right.
If you don't have if you're a celebrity or have some other name recognition, okay, great. But if you want to build up from nothing, that's it. Like if you're not growing, it's because you're not consistent enough, or your content's just not good enough. Yeah. How do you get better? You make more content.
Yeah.
Right. There's the final 20% is the hacks of understanding each platform. So hashtags important on Instagram means 0 on YouTube. You know, IG lives, when you bring people in with you on an IG live, it tells both of your audiences that you went live.
Yeah.
So when I learned that, this is amazing. I hack people with bigger audiences. Today I was on an IG live with somebody who's got 100,000 more followers than I do.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
His audience, like I'm pulling from his audience. I mean, we're helping each other. I'm going to put it on YouTube as well, but I do IG lives with people who have bigger audiences than me, and then people find out about me, right?
Yeah.
So, but none of those hacks will save you. No hashtag is going to save you if your content sucks.
Yeah.
So it's still down to 80% of success is making fire content every single day. Until you are going daily and making fire content that like you would subscribe to you, that if you saw this, you would comment on it, then I wouldn't worry about any of the other hacks and trying to research them, because they just won't save you.
Okay, cool. So my next thing, Evan, is what is your dream goal? Like before Evan leaves this planet, what does Evan need to accomplish to feel like he's satisfied his dream?
So I like having a dream so big that it's never going to happen. Like I want to solve the world's biggest problem, untapped human potential. I think everybody should be a Michael Jordan at something.
Yes.
I want to help them find it and believe themselves enough to chase it down.
Okay.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Like in my lifetime, it's never going to happen. I'm pumped for that.
Okay.
Like it's an impossible goal. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to help as many people as possible along the way.
Yeah.
Right.
It's becoming the perfect person. It won't happen, but the journey of trying to become a better person like makes you feel satisfied.
Yeah, and so I want to do that, yes, for myself, but also for the world.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. My next thing is, Evan, what is your number one piece of advice? Like, it might be something you live by daily or something that you've lived by recently, but what would be your number one piece of advice for somebody?
All these questions still come down to belief, right? Like, you need to believe in yourself more. Whatever you need to do every day that allows you to believe in yourself and your gifts and your ideas more, that's the thing you need to do more of.
All right, cool. My last question is, Evan, have you ever worked a 9-to-5 job? And if so, when did you decide that 9-to-5 wasn't going to be your thing?
Kind of. So I worked 2 jobs. One was I was doing landscaping, not super 9-to-5. It was more like 5 to 5 kind of thing, like super early mornings. That I worked for half of a summer at.
Okay.
And they actually had a bet that I wouldn't make it past like a couple. The longest one, there was 5 guys on my crew, all Portuguese. I mean, they didn't speak English. I didn't speak Portuguese. And they had a bet for how long it would last.
Okay.
And the longest guy said a week or something like that. And the shortest was like today. He's out after today. And I woke up early, excited to go to work. And then I came home and just like vomited everywhere. Because I'm not, especially even then, it was like 6'2", and 160 pounds.
Yeah.
So super light, not built for this. I've never spent the whole day in the sun. Never done like, you're just carrying grass, heavy grass,
Okay.
But I got up and did it again. And just like, here we go. And I did it. I hated it. But I loved I built my resilience through doing that. For the office, I knew that I didn't want to do manual labor though. That was just like, how do I make money for the summer? I had an office job doing data entry, which sucked. But I wasn't allowed to listen to music. I wasn't allowed to eat food while working. So I kept some snacks in my top drawer, and every now and then snuck something in. And then for music, I put a little music player on the floor. Okay. And then it was a CD player, little mini CDs. It was back in the day. And I ran an extra long headphone wire through my pants. I wore a turtleneck through my turtleneck, and then just a little earbud on one side. And I always wore a high turtleneck just so you couldn't see these earphones, right? So on one side, and then and I never got caught with that, which is great. But I ended up I was more productive than my entire crew of 5 people. Yeah. I did more work. I almost got fired because they said, well, he's eating and kind of not following the rules. But I never took a lunch break. Like I wanted to eat a lunch break. I want to eat. I want to get this work done. Let me eat while I'm working. Yeah. An hour for lunch break? Are you kidding me? Let me get stuff done. So then I realized, you know what? Like corporate life is not for me. I wanted something else. Yeah.
All right, man. Just before you have to get off, just any shout outs, anything that you want people to check out that you have.
I want you to check out Jordan's other stuff. Like if you like this, go back, look at the interviews, see what inspires you. Leave some comments, leave some reviews. It's hard getting a new show set up and running. And so if you like what you hear, show my man Jordan some love.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have 2 options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.